All right, everybody, welcome to Intro to T-shirt printing and graphic design. Come on in and sit your ass down somewhere. I'm just messing with y'all. Come on in, grab a seat. Please put your phone on silent, vibrate, all that good stuff. I know y'all got kids, so they need to contact you. They'll hit you up. Nevertheless, let's get started here. So this is T-shirt printing and graphic design, where we will learn how the different ways to print on garments, and we will also learn basic things in graphic design in order to print them on garments. So what we're going to start off with, we are going to start off with the 4 ways that we intend on printing garments in this class. This right here, this is a pamphlet slash portfolio that I like to pass out to customers or potential customers or anybody that wants more information on my particular business. I like to pass this out. So I developed this. This is all my graphic design work. We have an order form. We have a sheet here that we like to pull out, and it's just a few pages of the different services that we offer, the different things that we do. Of course, we do graphic design, we do team apparel, we do flyers, logos, decals, we do everything. But in this particular class, we're just going to learn the basics of t-shirt printing. So but we also have in this pamphlet the 4 methods of printing. And we're going to start with screen printing. Screen printing is what we like to call the granddaddy of them all. This is the type of print that will outlast the printed garment. It's the most cost efficient when purchasing bulk amounts. So screen printing is basically it's the oldest way to do it, and this is a way that you would do printing if you are trying to reach a mass amount of people. Say, for instance, you guys have a family reunion, or if you have a sports team and you want everybody to rock team shirts, you will use screen print because you can do upwards of 1,000 shirts, 2,000 shirts, depending on what you want, depending on the type of equipment that you have. So that's screen printing. We have sublimation printing. Sublimation printing, this form of printing is primarily used when full color is needed on different items like socks, t-shirts, lanyards, keychains, etc. on 100% polyester substrate. That's the asterisk with sublimation printing, excuse me. With sublimation printing, basically you can only print on 100% polyester. You can do full color, you can do any type of graphic that you want, but it has to be on 100% polyester, or the substrate has to be a hard substrate. I'll show you that in a future video. And then we have heat transfer vinyl printing, normally used for quick one-off prints and printing items of low quality, 12 and under, economic printing form. This is a very economical way to print t-shirts. This is like one of the other original ways to print shirts. You take a plotter, which I'll show you in the next few weeks, and you basically upload the artwork to there and you cut it out, and then you have to weed out everything. It's very time consuming, I will say that. So if you're trying to do an order of 50 shirts and you're trying to weed them out and they have a lot of detailing, I wouldn't recommend doing this form of printing. So then we finally have DTF, or direct to film printing, what we like to call the fresh look. It's the latest way to print on garments in full color, any artwork, any logo, any color, no restrictions. It has a soft feel and can be economical for smaller quantities of prints. So DTF is like this whole new wave. And basically with DTF, it's printed out on an inkjet printer. It comes out and they put this powder substance on it, and then they put it in the oven and they cook it, and then you can press it on the shirt. Now this way the technology is so advanced and it's so great that you could print on just about anything with it. You can even make stickers with it if you have the right printer. You can also print on tote bags with it. You can print on just about anything with this. So DTF printing is the new wave right now. So in this particular course, it's going to be an 8-week course, and it's going to be broken down into 4 parts. Now, I explained everything in order with screen printing, sublimation, HTV, and DTF. But for the purposes of this course, we're going to work backwards. I hope that makes sense to you. And we're going to work backwards because screen printing takes the longest to learn. So I would like to spend a little bit more time on that. And I'm going to say that for the last 2 weeks. So it'll be broken down into 4 parts. So the first class is going to be, first 2 weeks is going to be DTF, direct to film printing. That's what we're going to do today and next week. Then we're going to do HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl printing. Then we're going to do sublimation printing, and then we'll do screen printing. So those are going to be the 4 methods that we are going to print in this classroom. Now, you're probably saying, oh, you don't do embroidery? No, I don't do embroidery. I haven't really picked up on it how I want to. it's a learning curve to it for sure. I'm definitely familiar with it. I've used it. I've used it to create this patch right here. So I know how to digitize and that type of thing because I know graphic design, but I actually just don't do embroidery because I haven't really had time. And these 4 ways right here are just perfect for me and what I like to do. So I don't do embroidery. So if you are looking for embroidery in this class, it's probably ain't the place for you. So with that being said, we're gonna go over to some equipment. I'm gonna show you some different equipment and what is it used for, and then we're gonna lay out some graphic artwork, upload it, and then next week we'll print out the artwork. All right, everybody. So this is Canva. If you're not familiar, Canva is basically a open source, not open source, it's a cloud-based software online that pretty much everybody uses for graphic design, editing videos on YouTube, or editing videos for Instagram, TikToks, or whatever. So people also use these to make documents, legal documents, things of that nature. But for our purposes, we're going to use it as a art palette for creating artwork, so that way we can print on t-shirts. I hope that you can all see the screen. I'm gonna figure out a better method of doing this in the next coming weeks. I'm gonna try. So basically, this is Canva. So when you go to Canva, you sign up with your email address, of course, and you probably should upgrade the plan to the premium plan, so that way you're able to use all of the different elements like background remover, adding your own fonts, and just doing different branding and things like that. Now they do have 7-day trials and 30-day trials and stuff like that, which is cool. So you can just try it out. But for the purposes of this class, we're going to start off with Canva because it's a basic platform and it's pretty much point and play. So what we're going to do today, we're going to create this right here in honor of Black History Month that's coming up in a few days. We're going to start off with this, Pretty Black and Educated, because I know it's a lot of women that's in this class, and we definitely got to shout out the sisters in the class. Peace, queens. So we're going to start off with this right here, Pretty Black and Educated. So what we want to do is we want to go to File. This is your art palette right here, if you can see me with the mouse arrow. It's your art palette, and these are all the different tools right here. This is your toolbar. If you're not familiar, you can get familiar, but for purposes of this class, I won't go through all of them. I'll just start teaching, and we'll talk about them at a later date because I need to keep this short and sweet. Okay, so when I like to start off with create a new design, and then we're going to go custom size. And this says pixel, PX, it stands for pixels, but we're going to change it to inches because I'm a screen printer. I like to use inches, and then I like to use 11 by 17. And I like to use this size because it's pretty much standard in the screen print world. You can make the artwork as big as you need to make it, or you can make it as small as you need to make it with this size. You can also use 8.5 by 11, which is standard letter size, which that's perfectly fine as well. But I'm a screen printer, so I like to use 11 by 17. It's a better workspace for me. So we're going to press create design. So now we have that set up. Okay, so there's a website called DeFont. If you go on DeFont, these are all royalty-free, license-free fonts. It's just free fonts. There's another one called 1001 fonts that you can use. You just download fonts, but I downloaded this one already. Of course, you just press download. I don't want to redo it again, so just press download to download the font. And then once the font is downloaded, you'll go over to your downloads. And as you can see, I already did it right here and right there. So you just open it up, and then it's open. So what we want to do is we want to add a font. We want to add a font to here. So basically what we want to do is we want to go over to text, and you see where it says brand kit, add brand fonts. You want to click on that, and then up here in the right corner, this plus sign, you want to click on that, and you want to say upload font. Okay, as you can see, these are all the fonts that I got loaded up so far that I recently added or whatever. So the font that we're trying to do is Virus regular. So we're going to go back to our file, and I'm just going to re-add it again. And you can just drag it down to Add it in. Upload file. So please confirm the following. So this will pop up and you can just say yes, upload, because it's a free file anyways. It's a free font, license free. And of course you want to say skip conflict because you're still trying to add it. So now it's in there. But for purposes of this particular design, we're going to go back to text. We're going to press text, add heading. I like to use that. And I'm going to come up here. You see this right here where it says Canvas Sans. These are all your fonts are at. I like to click on that. Now, I wanted to say pretty, black, and educated. So I know that this is the font that I want to use for this. So I'm going to click on Nova Quinta. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type pretty. Capital. So you got your pretty right there. Click out of it. And we're just going to move it out the way. Then we're going to come back over here, add heading again. And this time around, we're going to go to Canva Sans, and we're going to add impact. And with impact, we're going to type in black, all capital. And that's that. So a cool feature that Canva does have is once you click on it, since we're using these two fonts right here to create, and these are the only two fonts that we're using, we can just duplicate them. So we can go click on that, and you see that right there, it says duplicate that, drag it down, and we're going to click in it, and we're going to type in and. Do the same thing with black, duplicate that, drag it down, and we're going to double click it or select it, and we're going to type in educated or capitalize. So now we have pretty, black, and educated. So we're getting somewhere now. These are the fonts that we're going to use. So what I like to do is I like to resize. Remember, the art area is 11 inches wide by 17. So on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, most people that wear adult sizes wear small through extra large or small through 3X. And so you can go upwards of 10 inches wide. So you try to keep everything proportionate. So you press shift and you hold the corner and you just bring it out like that. And we're going to keep that by about right there. And we're going to center it. And the good thing about Canva is that it centers it for you, as you can see the center right there. Pretty, we're going to pretty much keep that the same size because this looks good. So we can leave it at right there for right now. Same thing with and, that looks good as well for right now. Now educated, we're going to make that wider. We're going to shift, hold the corner, and just drag it out. And you can move it up. Make sure when you select it a hard selection. Shift, grab the corner, and bring it out. Well, you want this to be a little bit bigger because this is where your artistic expression comes in. That and it's basically how do you want to lay it out. So what I want to see y'all do, I want to see y'all lay out your own artwork and see how y'all like how it look or whatever. So we got pretty, black, and educated. So now we want to add some elements. So we want to come over here to elements on the toolbar. Now you can type in the elements you want right here in the search, but I already have it. So I'm just going to grab that and it's already right there. So what I have to do is I have to grab it. And what I want to do is I want to resize it. Again, shift, grab the corner and bring it down. And basically you just want it to be proportionate. So that way it'll look right. And click on it. So what you can do is you can do it like that. You're going to duplicate it. You got two of them. You're going to duplicate it again. You got three of them. Okay. So we got that right there. So now we have three of them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start switching the colors up. And the colors that we want to use the yellows, the blacks, and the red because they're synonymous with Black History Month. So these are the colors that we want to use. We'll get to this black background once we get a little further ahead. So what we want to do is got red, green, and yellow is what we're going to do. So we're going to grab this one and we're going to see this bubble up here in this corner. It says color. We're going to click on that We're gonna come down here, we're gonna make it red. Go to the next one. If you need the reference back, or you can put them in whatever order that you want to put them in, but just because I'm trying to mimic the design that I already did, I'm gonna do it like this. So we're gonna do green, click on color again if you need to, and there's green. And then we're gonna make this one yellow. So click on that, and then there's yellow down there. These are all your tools over here. You can also put your color codes in if you have a hex code. If you're familiar with that, you can add your own codes. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab all three of these. So we'll put a box around them. You don't want those. So if you have to, just move these around. You can always go back. The good part about Canva is that it's goof proof. So you can't really mess up anything. If you ever have any problems, all you have to do is go up here to this arrow that says undo, and you can undo it. So again, I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna grab these three. Oh, see, I need to move this black out the way again because it's still grabbing that one. So what I'm gonna do is like this. Grab these three. And then I want to duplicate the group, or you can group them together actually. You can either group them together and they'll be one, or you can duplicate. So I want to group them together. So they're one. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate it. Boom. So now we got two of those. We're gonna bring that over there on that side. Move this one over a little bit. And there you go. Move our end over a little bit. There we go. So now we're gonna work on our color, black. So on this particular design, we got black. We're gonna start with yellow. It's gonna go yellow, green, black, yellow, red. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna double click on it. And we're gonna drag the B over. We're gonna go up to the color. This is your text color right here. We're gonna click on yellow. It's already saved in there. I think we said green. We're gonna go red. We're gonna go yellow. We're gonna go green. Do the same thing for educated. Double click on it. Grab your E. And for this one, we have, I'm sorry, we went red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow. Just went in that order. Red, click on the color, red, click on the D, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green. Okay, so we getting somewhere now. So now we got pretty black and educated. It's starting to look like some artwork, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna move this up. So right here. Now I wanna make this a little bit bigger. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it out. Grab the corner again. Use your shift bar to keep it proportionate. You move it back down some. And we're gonna do the same thing with black as well. Make it proportionate. Bring it down some. And now we can make the pretty a little bit bigger. Now this is basically gonna go off your judgment. How do you want it to look? Now you see how that pretty is behind that black word? What you're gonna do is you're gonna click on it. And you see these little bubbles right there? I'm sorry, not that. You're gonna click on it and we're gonna go over to this thing up, this toolbar at the top. It says position. We're gonna bring it to the front. So now it's over the top of it. We're gonna move our educated down. I'm sorry, we're gonna move our educated up. And we see that and is behind it again. We'll do the same thing. Position. We're gonna bring it to the front. We want it to be over the top of it. All right, and that's pretty much the design for now. Make sure everything looks even. So we want to turn this white. So we're gonna click on that. We're gonna click on the text color and we're gonna turn it white. Do the same thing with and. Click on the text color and we're gonna turn it white. Okay, so now we want to turn the background black because we want to see how the final product looks, or the final artwork looks. So we're gonna click on this right here. Just click on the background, and then you're gonna click on this color wheel right here, and you want to turn it black. So you come over here. Boom, now you got pretty, black, and educated. It's the design that we're gonna upload. So again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it back white, because when you upload files to companies that are going to print out the DTF sheets for you, you have to have it in PNG format. PNG format is going to be the best. You can do PDF, no JPEGs, but PNG or PDF. But we're going to use PNG because Canva offers PNG on here. So we're going to turn this back white. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to share, and we're going to go to download, and we're going to make it a PNG. And you want to do a transparent background, which is another one of those features for the upgrade. Transparent background, so that way won't be no background, and the DTF printer will know that it's a PNG. We're gonna go to download, and now it's downloading. Okay, class, so that's the class for today. Hopefully I can compile it into 10 minutes once I edit it. If not, it'll definitely be on my YouTube page. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. My YouTube page is at APTG Shirts. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. If you didn't, catch me on the next one. We will have a Q&A coming up soon. Probably more than likely it might be Wednesday evening. Wednesday evening, like 8, because I'm actually in school right now, so I'm taking some business courses. So, yeah, probably Wednesday at 8, at like 8 o'clock at night. We'll go live. I work during the day, so I'm a vibe with y'all in the evening. We gonna have night school. This is for the grown folks right here. This is night school. So. I hope you learned something from this. Again, there's 4 different ways that we're going to print. We're going to do DTF. We're going to do heat transfer vinyl. We're going to do sublimation, and we're going to do screen printing. Get you some tools. You need to have your heat press, cat press if you want to do hats, and of course a computer. And the software that we're going to use Canva until it calls for me to use Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that. I will only use Canva just to keep it nice and basic for y'all. So this is intro to t-shirt printing and graphic design. And I'll catch y'all on the next one where we actually lay out a shirt and we're going to print that particular design as soon as it hits the door. Peace.